every Sunday.
Millionaire Mindset.
Amanya gange nze Kisame Samuel. Nkwaniriza nnyo ku programu yaffe enenungi.
Don't miss Millionaire Mindset with Kisame Samuel every Sunday. Hello everyone, my name is Kisame Samuel. Welcome to Millionaire Mindset Show. You find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just go to your search engine and you type Kisame Samuel the journalist. You'll be able to see all our content. Today is 8th September 2024, and every Sunday, as we had agreed that we are going to be having our show Millionaire Mindset with your beloved presenter Kisame Samuel. Now, I want to thank everyone who has been able to follow us without ceasing. Every day, every Sunday, you take time and you watch us. Thank you so much. And the feedback is really promising, and I encourage you to go on and you share, subscribe, and comment, because if you comment, your view is really very important to us. Okay, today in the studio I have a gentleman. Yeah, he's my friend. We have been so friends, like close friends at university, Nkumba University, and is a pan-Africanist, a journalist, author, a political analyst, and diplomatic person. So today we are going to discuss about something which is really interesting. As you hear the word politics, political, the person that I have just described, and that's what we are going to discuss today, politics. So if you're a fan of politics, I think everyone is involved. You can't run away from politics. So it is really very important to bring out these issues so that we can discuss about them. So political issues today, and we are going to discuss about something which is really interesting, and that is what roles are the youth supposed to play in political arena. Briefly, you may be there and wondering what is political arena. Simply, the political arena refers to the environment in which political activists, debates, and decisions take place. It encompasses various aspects, including government institutions, political parties, elections, policy making, public opinions, media, interest groups, social governments, and many more. So now I want to break those things one by one, slowly, as we you go as you comment. Go down and you comment. If you hear something, you start bringing out your suggestions so that we can move together. I've said number one is government institutions. Government institutions includes legislative, executive, and judicial branches. Then number two, political parties, organizations that represents different ideologies and interests. Then number three, elections. Everyone, like, we are waiting, like here in Uganda, 2026, we are going to elect. So if you have reached the age of electing, choosing your leader, now this is what it means. Process by which citizens choose their representatives. Are you ready to choose your representative? So number four, policy making. The process of creating, implementing, and enforcing laws and regulations. And then we have public opinions, the collective views and attitudes of citizens on political issues. Then number 6, we have media. You know, you can't talk about politics and you avoid media. You know, media is really very significant. So we have, in media, we have, these are channels through which political information is disseminated and debated. Then number 7, we have interest groups, organizations that advocate for specific causes or interests. Then lastly, we have social movements, collective actions by groups of people seeking political or social changes. Now, the political arena is where political actors, including politicians, activists, and citizens, engage in decisions, negotiations, and conflicts to share public policy and governance. Today's show, I have a gentleman. Is called Mr. Kamukama Rukundo Clinton. As I said, is a journalist, author, political analyst, and diplomat. So, is going to take over. It's really interesting.
Thank you so much.
So, Mr. Clinton.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel, for hosting me on this amazing arena, the millionaire mindset. This is such a good privilege, especially on a topic that directly affects us, we as young people. In my previous shows that have been hosted in different media houses, I've always engaged with the youth and encouraged them and remembered them that when you look at the global population, I can give you an example of Ugandan population right now. The youth constitute over 75% of the population that we have in Uganda.
True.
So therefore, whatever takes place, whether socially, economically, directly affects us as young people. But the most intriguing part is, most of the young people don't want to step up and speak what affects them. So having a platform that is created by a fellow young man, hosting a fellow young man, it's always a pleasure to come and talk about issues that directly affect him, that affect us. I'm privileged to be here, to be hosted by you, and I encourage anyone that views this show to share, subscribe, so that this message that we're going to deliver now can reach every young people outside there. So the reason why I take this show to be very much important is, here I am, I'm a young person, Nkubye Street. I've been affected by bad leadership that has been in this government. Not only with this current government, but the issues that raised back during colonial times. You see, the challenge we have now is the policies that we have in the country sometimes are beyond our leaders that we have. Uganda has never been independent. We only got independence in theory. We got it second hand. For example, are you aware that Ugandan government or Ugandan parliament in this regard cannot pass a constitution if they have not consulted with the outside world? Why? Because the outside world is the one that basically funds most of our budget.
A moment.
You see, a poor man does not make a decision.
A moment, Mr. Clinton. You know, politicians speak a lot, but take me slowly. So, my question. You coming as a youth, because in your introduction, you were coming to stand on the side of youth. So, really, as Mr. Clinton, what do you have in your mind that you can do to change the public?
Thank you so much for that question. If someone has eaten, they don't demand for food.
True.
But what did they marry? Tosoba kufuna marry. Tosoba kusaba marry.
Kubanja.
Kuba kumanja marry. So definitely, I joined the political arena because I'm not only a victim of the bad leadership that we have, but also a concerned citizen. We are talking about a country where we have most of the graduates graduating from university after their parents have spent so much money on them. In my own investigative research, approximately a parent spends more than 100 million from nursery up to education, up to university and graduating, averagely.
So
when international schools, it can be more than 300 million. But that's the estimated amount of money. Let me explain this point first. So for abakulira mu ghetto, omuzadde abatunze ettaka. He has literally sold everything for you to go to school. But by the time you graduate, the government, I'm employing the government because the government carries the mandate of the people. We pay taxes each and every day. Out of the 100 million, I'm telling you, we've literally almost 50% goes to the government. But the government is not doing anything to create available opportunities. And what would be the option? What would be the available alternatives now? Uganda is a breast country where one would go to agriculture and maybe try his luck there. But hey, my parent has already sold land. So literally I'm stuck. I can't go to the village because my parent already sacrificed whatever they had for me. And here I'm in the city and I can't find available opportunities. That's why you have so many young people that have been depressed, disappointed, and they have ended up dying in drug abuse. We are seeing suicide every day. We are seeing so many young people dying out of depression. You see, when you get depressed, there's nothing that you can do for yourself. So the issues that affect us directly are the ones that are pushing me to raise a hand to the government, of which carries the manifesto of the people. But here we are seeing a government that does not care about its citizens.
So Mr. Clinton, I have traveled. Just of recent, I went to Chisolo, Congo, that side. So you are here like as if you are not contented with the government. But when I hold accountable. You hold accountable anyway. But according to me, when I was there, I glorified the government. How? I'm not saying I'm not on the side of the government or the opposition or what. I'm neutral. But if you look on the road that goes there, you can just appreciate and say, wow. Listen. The infrastructures. And like, if you really reach that side of Kisolo, Hoima, that in the western, right? I can see the achievements of the government. So you are here, listen. You are here blaming the government, but have you taken time to tour your country, Uganda, East Africa, and Africa at large, and really you see what is happening?
Thank you so much.
Before you talk,
thank you so much for that question. No, thank you so much for that question. You see, Mr. Samuel, as a journalist, you should always dig deep.
Absolutely.
Not just be excited.
No.
By the roadside buildings, but you don't know who owns them.
So what is
I'm telling you, for example, right now, are you aware that most of the big infrastructure developments are owned by foreigners in Uganda? Why? You know, a foreigner has a less interest rate access credit services from government banks. Are you aware that foreigners have access to tax sale days? Are you aware that the government gives more priority to foreigners, investors, more than local people. So by the time you find a Ugandan investor is competing with a foreigner, a Chinese in this regard, maybe a Russian who has access to free land, the government has given him free land, the government has given him free tax holidays, and the government also arousing foreign expert labor to come in. So we are seeing in this regard, maybe a Chinese company comes up here. We are here on Expressway. It is just nearby. We are in Tebe right now. Look at Express Roadway. It was constructed by the Chinese. It is the Chinese labor. But Faba Sasura, right now we are the ones paying that.
No.
So we are in a government. We are in a situation where you cannot compete a foreign investor. Actually, most of the investments that you're seeing are not owned by foreigners because you cannot compete with someone who gets free land, tax holidays, and even free access to credit facilities.
So
for example, right now,
as a youth,
let me tell you.
Like as a youth,
I'm still explaining.
Okay.
We are right now in Nkumba University, right now in the studio of Nkumba University. Are you aware that one of the people that have supported Nkumba University in so many years, Mr. Wavamuno, had his business running bad? Why?
Why?
You cannot compete with foreign media. You cannot compete with the media that has access to tax holidays. And that is not just WBS. Look at Ndere Culture Center. The management cannot keep up with high credit facilities.
So Mr. Clinton,
So
as a youth, what have you done before you blame the foreigners to take your
No,
listen, my question. No, wait, I explain. Before you blame the foreigners or whatever, those people who come and you say they take our job, the contracts, our businesses are not growing because of the foreigners. As a youth, what have you contributed to be seen by the government, identified, and the government say that now Mr. Clinton, he really deserves this job? Before you blame the government.
Thank you so much. Our voice is always clear and louder. The fact that I'm here right now talking about issues that affect us directly means that I'm ready to engage government and see how that perspective can change. Because the moment we don't affect issues that affect us directly, no one will speak for them. For example, there is no foreign investor who comes here when the government doesn't know.
That is right.
And we are having our respective bodies. I don't want to say ministers. But it is the government that isolates its own people.
So you want to say that the government does not wish you well as the citizens, the youth.
What is the government?
The government is you.
I'm not government.
The government is people.
I'm not government.
So what is the government?
I'm not a decision maker.
You are decision maker.
No.
Because in the political arena, you are given a chance to elect, to get elect.
Now some.
Yes.
The problem we have with most of the Nyanes is they are getting excited.
Are they excited how?
By
given
government facts. No,
you are given a chance to elect.
This is my second time I'm participating in politics, voting. But where I come from, but I don't want to say for security reason, is Gwani Aronda, who is not Museveni. You see,
most of the really?
Yes,
what is the significance of the ballot papers? If you are saying
because
the man comes up and say now we are going to vote, and the ballot paper are really rallies. We take rallies. We hold political parties stuff meetings and we organize the election. Why are you saying
anyone viewing us knows what takes place on reality?
So to you,
we are not here in virtual world. We all know that elections in Uganda have never been fair and fair.
Are you sure?
But Mr. Museveni organizes these elections because he wants to get accountable for those who fund him. Having been in power for almost, is it 40, is it 50? I don't even know, because the man
Seems what?
to continue. He doesn't care as long as he's in power. It's not surprising that he's even willing to front his son. So the government that we have now is out of touch with it. They only care about having themselves sustained in power. But me, I wouldn't be talking about these things if I was comfortable. Or if a brother out there finished a degree and maybe he can have access to a job.
But they are jobs.
We pay
But they are jobs for the graduates. They are jobs for the graduates. So how are you saying that
What jobs?
if
Are you aware how many people graduate yearly and how many jobs are created? But the most important part is we are not only taxing the government now. Now, government,
But
how do we empower ourselves as young people?
But Mr. Clinton, when we go back to the foreigner issues that you have just raised, when I go, like I went to Mukwano company and other companies, like construction companies and what, but you see that 70% of Ugandans, the citizens, they hold responsibilities of offering their services. They are given chances. There are many. Only you can find that 30% of foreigners, actually even 30% is a big percent, but like 10%, they are the ones in offices, like they are the ones, like they hold, let me see, the directors, a director may be a foreigner, and some may be secretary and what, but the biggest percentage are youth, Africans, citizens of the Republic of Uganda. How do you come out and you say that the jobs are being taken by the foreigners and what?
How many Ugandans?
Can you prove
how many Ugandans are directors of foreign companies outside Uganda?
How do you know? No. They are there.
How many are there?
They are
Which
there.
percentage? No, you're talking about a foreign company. You're talking about a domestic company employing expert labor in most of the departments. But now, you've not given me, as a journalist, you should go deep in these foreign companies. I'm not even sure whether they would give you access. Because who are you?
No.
I'm not sure if you got Chinese construction company here, they will give you access to access the employment records.
No.
How many times have you seen Ugandan employers getting flogged? Bakube mboko mchina so bako mnaigani mboko mpaka. And no one will talk about it. But with availability of media houses, like the millionaire mindset right now, we are taking this opportunity to raise awareness. Sam, we cannot sit and watch when our country is being enjoyed by foreigners. Because right now you might be comfortable now. You see, young monkeys always enjoy when they see fire burning up the forest. But they don't know that such fire is destroying their home.
Now, Mr. Clinton, I agree somehow with what you say, but also I disagree. There are some people, Ugandans.
Do you agree as a person or facts?
Listen.
Do you agree as a person?
According to what I see, is what I'm explaining. Let us talk about someone like Ham Chigun. You know Ham. There is this one of Muhammad. It's called Muhammad. Is so in agriculture. Is the richest. Is one of those rich. And actually, let us talk about those people. Why are you only insisting that foreigners, Smani Chinese and what? No. And you don't say about these people?
You see,
are they not given a chance?
We are not just talk about individuals, but when you are analyzing an issue.
How old?
But also, when we are studying.
How old?
Right now.
How old is Mr. Hamis Chigun? 35 plus 40 around there. He's still a youth. He's rich. So how do you categorize that one? He's not given chances to.
I would categorize him as a very hardworking young man.
So, as a pause, you have
And I take
you
that.
have replied
let
my
me finish.
question.
Let me finish that. No,
Okay, you finish.
But how many people can afford to be like Ham?
Why? Where did it harm? Actually, why is it harm?
How many Hams do we have in Uganda?
We have one arm, as we have Clinton.
In a country, in a big country right now, we are discussing one individual. There's no how Ham as an individual can uplift or can be the face of domestic investment right now. We are not yet analyze small issues, but
That is not a small issue. I want to say, to me, I want to say that youth.
Mr. Samuel, Sagara njogeze ebyama.
No, it's your freedom to say your vyama.
No,
but now,
Sagara njogeze ebyama.
No, but now, ate byama ki ate nga tuli mukwogera ku bintu biruma ggwanga. So now, I'm convinced, according to, there are some programs of the government. Let's talk about Myoga project, parish development model. Those programs are implemented by the government to help you and me as you citizens and the youth. Recently, last week, actually this week, I've seen Mr. Museveni giving motorcycles to ghetto people so that they can be able to lift themselves from one step to another economically.
Thank you so much.
No,
Mr. Samuel, thank you so much.
My question. Listen, my question is, how? Actually, why are you saying that the government has not come up to help the youth? Yes, I'm giving you the vivid, visible evidence that the government is doing the part.
Mr. Samuel,
to help me and
we are in a global world.
Indeed.
So you praise the government for giving someone a kagari.
I'm not praising.
When you for giving someone a kagari to compete with someone who is going to up here. You see Elon Musk and what they are doing. So Kwekati, you're praising the government for giving someone. What does a kagari a bicycle right now is 200k. The bikes that they are giving people. What
a motorcycle? I said a motorcycle.
How many motorcycles?
They were like
and I'm sure those motorcycles went NRM cadres.
Oh, ghetto youth. Ghetto
youth that subscribed to NRM.
They didn't call that NRM people. You come. No, they were given.
You said 40 bicycles.
Like 40 to 30.
How many are we right now? Right, some months back, our population from the recent census was.
Mr. Kitchen, do you watch news?
I watch news.
So,
the population was around 45.
You have never seen people witnessing about the Myoga projects and pleasing, and they are so grateful for that project. I'm not being on Museveni that Museveni is a good person or what, I don't know, or any politician. I'm not a politician, but I'm giving you the evidence that the government of Uganda has tried actually to help. But what is the problem?
On this show, Yamanya Mazima.
Anyway.
I come from Shema district. My father was one of the people involved in PDM being a public servant.
To help the youth to grow.
But are you aware right now, the PDM money, the government was giving 100 million per parish, Omuruka.
To help the youth and the citizens.
And are you aware, some individuals, successful individuals, were given 1 million. Now, if you don't have money, like 200,000, to bribe government officials, as a saying that was funa.
So, can we tell that your father took bribe from the citizens to give out that money?
Bamwameka.
You answer my question.
Bamwameka.
Is involved in bribery?
Bamwameka. How can you pay a university graduate a asat?
So if you are,
I'm looking at the government.
My question. mitwalo asatu as salary. Okay, let us say 300,000 shillings, Ugandan shillings. So does it mean that you need to take the 20 from the lower people because they want
who
to get...
Who eats that money? It's not my father, it's the people big. My father is a Montwawansi. Who eats this money is the people at the district. It's the people in that ministry. So the biggest part would be we cannot solve the challenges that we have economically if we don't have policies that have long-term strategies. Zengende, I moved to the ghetto. You know, are you aware that most of the people that received PDM, the successful candidates that received PDM money, because they were not exercised, they received money at the district, but they never returned home when that money was not over.
Sure.
And what were they saying? Mr. Museveni atwada akasimo kwa kumuronda.
Millionaire Mindset is the show you are watching now. Thank you for following. Thank you for following Millionaire Mindset. Just go to your search engine on the phone you are holding or a computer, and you type Kisame Samuel the journalist. You'll be able to find us on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Just comment, share, and subscribe. Today's show, I have Mr. Clinton, a Pan-Africanist, a journalist, author, and a diplomat. And we are discussing on what roles are you supposed to play in Ugandan political arena. So now, according to what we have just discussed so far, I think you have the answers and comments. So just simply go and type your comment.
Every Sunday. Christ is a Prince of Peace. Millionaire Mindset. I see a church as a Noah's Ark, where you see a lion sitting together with a rabbit, a cat sitting together with a rat. Millionaire Mindset.
Love, I can tell you love in two different ways.
Millionaire Mindset.
There is impersonal love and personal love. Impersonal love is love that does not require anything in return.
Millionaire Mindset.
Alinganza omuvubuka nyinza banjagala nkole ebintu ebisikiriza abavubuka.
Millionaire Mindset.
Ekiro kirabika naye otetenkanya ngwera omuvubuka naye kati emirimu kyakize kati okubeerawo kati tugenda bwe tenyimirimu kati kiryawo ate nga si kyangu.
Millionaire Mindset.
If you are banging things, you are doing this and that, then it means you are running out of patience. You have to pray with patience. Humble yourself, pray with patience, and wait for God to answer your prayer.
Don't miss Millionaire Mindset with Kisame Samuel every Sunday. Every Sunday. Millionaire Mindset.
Amanya gange nze Kisame Samuel. Nkwaniriza nnyo ku programu yaffe enenungi.
Don't miss Millionaire Mindset with Kisame Samuel every Sunday.